guys, so welcome back. I am going to show you today how to make one of our family favorite easy peasy cinnamon cheesecake. So I'm excited to share this recipe with you. It's something I like to make on Taco Tuesday. It's a great dessert for after a meal, or you could even have it for breakfast. So stay tuned and we will get started on our cinnamon cheesecake. Okay, so for our cinnamon cheesecake today, I'm actually going to be making half a batch of this in an 8x8. This recipe here is for a 9x13 pan, and you need 2 packs of crescent rolls, a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 egg separated, 2 8-ounce bricks of cream cheese, and then for the topping you're going to need a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a cup of sugar. So chef students, today you guys are going to have this recipe with me as I work through it in the demonstration. So you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You need to grease your 9x13 pan, or in this situation we are going to use an 8x8. We are going to use 1 package of crescent rolls. So for our ingredient directions, I am going to actually just use half a pack of crescent rolls for the bottom of my cheesecake. And then I'm going to beat my cream cheese, vanilla, sugar, and egg yolk together and spread that over my half a pack of crescent roll in my pan. I'm then going to unroll the second half of my crescent rolls and place it on top. I am then also going to show you how to beat an egg white until stiff today, and that's going to help our cheesecake brown, and then we're going to sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar and bake for 30 minutes. Just because I'm having this recipe does not mean I have the time it's going to take to bake. With it being a cheesecake, we definitely want to make sure the eggs bake all the way through. I have our mise en place all set up. I have all of our ingredients out and ready to go. I'm also going to use a KitchenAid stand mixer today, a rubber scraper, and some Pam cooking spray for my pan. All right, as you can see, I have my cream cheese sitting out. We do want to work with soft cream cheese. One of my tips to you is, if you really want to get this going quicker, go ahead and warm up the cream cheese. You can kind of hold it in your hands to warm it up. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put it on a plate in the microwave for about 15 seconds, just so it's room temperature. It's very important to get your cream cheese room temperature before you make a cheesecake, or you'll have cottage cheesecake curds in your cream cheese mixture for your cheesecake. So, all right, I'll be back in a few minutes to show you how to make this delicious cinnamon cheesecake. The first thing you're going to need is an 8x8 dish and a little bit of nonstick cooking spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray that, all the sides and the bottom. This just helps really for easier cleanup later. Okay, I'm going to use a roll of already made crescent rolls. I'm going to go ahead and open those. A fun fact about these, if this is supposed to actually pop open when you pull that paper, and when it doesn't, all you have to do is give it a little tap on the side of the counter and it'll pop open for you. All right, so I'm going to use half of the crescent rolls now, and the other half will be the top of my cheesecake. So I want to very carefully unroll my crescent rolls, and these are very, very warm. My kitchen's kind of warm with the bean soup being made as we speak. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay those on the one side and lay these on the other. And then I'm going to pinch them together. And I don't mean like a little pinch, guys. I want you to pinch like you're pinching your little brother or little sister. Not that I encourage you to do that, but go ahead and pinch your seams tightly so the cheesecake doesn't hit the bottom of your pan. And then I'm just going to go ahead and roll around here. And I form the bottom of my cheesecake. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to set that aside. Our next step is going to be to make the cheesecake filling, and I'm going to use the whisk attachment for my KitchenAid for this. It just helps make the cream cheese more light and fluffy. I'm going to add 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese, and I warm this in the microwave for about a minute, because if you use cold cream cheese, it'll almost look like cottage cheese when we're done, and we don't want cottage cheese cream cheese. We want creamy cheesecake cream cheese. All right, the next thing I'm going to need is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm going to make sure that is at the 1 teaspoon line. 1 teaspoon vanilla. All right. I am also going to need to do 1 egg separated. All right, so 1 egg separated. So if you could kind of pan over here, Abby, I think it's important for everybody to know how to separate an egg without an extra tool. So what I really want to do is I want to crack this egg as best as I can in half. And I'm actually going to be needing the white for another part of the recipe. So I need both parts of these eggs. And then I like to have a garbage bowl ready to go for my shell. So, all right, I'm gonna crack that in half. And then all I'm gonna do is use both half of this egg to make the egg go back and forth to separate the white from the yolk. All right, and that looks like it's about done. I'm gonna put my yolk in one side. I have the garbage, and the white we're gonna wait until later, but the yolk is gonna go down into my cheesecake filling. So what I'm gonna do is just lock it and give that a good mix together. And then one more thing I'm gonna need in that bowl is a 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that, and I'm gonna add my 1/2 cup of sugar to my bowl. All right. Remember, I am having this recipe. I mean, we are stuck in the house for the foreseeable future, and we really don't need a 9x13 pan of cinnamon cheesecake. I know the kids would probably disagree with that. They would love to have a 9x13 pan, but this is just going to be for our dessert for dinner tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a mix. And as you can see down here, some of the cream cheese is sticking to the side of my mixer bowl, so I'm just going to go ahead and give that a good squish down there. And we want it light, we want it creamy, we want it well mixed. So, I don't know, probably about a minute and a half, and it's good and ready to go. Oh yeah, that looks perfect.
Please don't sing.
Oh, you love it when I sing. The house is alive with the smells of cheesecake. You like it, Abby, you like it. Okay, yeah. So our next step is to take our rubber scraper and get all of that cheesecake goodness out of the pan, the bowl, and into the 8x8 on top of the crescent roll. I don't know why, but when I say crescent roll, it reminds me of the song Tootsie Roll, which then takes me back to my 8th grade dances at the Cloverleaf Junior High. All right, guys, so what you're going to do is just take this and do a little crescent roll. Okay, never mind. All right, so we're going to go ahead and smooth this out. All right, and we're going to smooth this out and have it ready for the top of the cream cheese. Excuse me, for the top of the cheesecake. All right, that's important. Don't want to make that dirty. So I'm just going to just set my rubber scraper down in there. And now I'm going to very carefully, here's a tip, keep your crescent rolls cold and they don't stick like this. I had them out for a while I was taping the beginning of this video. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and do the other roll, or the other side. And then, guess what we're doing? What are we doing? We're going to pinch so we don't have that seam. We want our cheesecake to stay in the middle of the cheesecake filling to stay in the middle of our crescent rolls. Okay, so this is going to act as your top crust. So good. And it's so easy. And then I'm going to take this and attach it to the side of my pan. We're not panicking, guys. We're just going to go ahead and bring that crescent roll all the way to the edge of our pan. Oh, it's going to be so good. Okay, so what I have to do next, ladies and gentlemen, is I have to whip this egg white. in my mixer until it is good and stiff. So what we're gonna do is we'll be back in a few minutes and I'll show you how to do that. So I gotta clean this out really well before I add my egg white to it, or it won't do what it's supposed to do. So I'll see you in a few minutes to do the last step of this recipe. Okay guys, so I am going to show you how to take your egg whites and make them stiff for the top of our cheesecake. So we're gonna pour that down in the mixer. Lock it, and we're going to beat it as fast as it'll go. Okay, so you're going to see the egg white go from the egg white goo to foamy, and then it's going to go foamy and it's going to turn a bright white until it is a stiff white mass. So we're going to keep mixing it. So as you can see, it's turned from that foam to a soft peak. We want stiff peaks. What I mean by stiff peaks is when I do this, my peak should stay up like a mountain and not just flop over. Can you see it?
No, because of the light.
Okay, so I just need a few more minutes. Good. So watch as I lift this up. Okay. When I lift this up now, you'll see with my finger, it's a peak. It's, you know, stiff. It's like a little mountainside. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to take that off of there. We are going to then just go ahead and put our egg white that's been whipped. If you have a hand mixer will help you get your egg white to this consistency. You guys, I have made this recipe without even doing this step, but what this is going to do, it's going to give us a nice brown top to our cheesecake, and it's going to crisp it up a little bit. It's so good. So I'm going to go ahead and spread that, but you don't have to do this. If you don't have a mixer at home, no worries. You're just going to put your cinnamon sugar on top and bake it in the oven. All right, so good, and doesn't have to be perfect. Try to get it all on there though. Okay, so my last step is I'm gonna go ahead with my straight edge and my 1/4 cup. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop and scrape. As I go, I'm cleaning up. Less work. Then I need a 1/2 teaspoon. Double check that it's cinnamon. One time I made this recipe and I used cumin. Cumin is a taco seasoning, guys. It was not a good experience. All right, it was not good. I'm gonna do a generous 1/2 teaspoon, meaning it's a little bit more than a 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm gonna give it a mix. My delicious cinnamon sugar in a beautiful Polish pottery bowl from my friend Sandra Halad. Thank you for this bowl. Joe and I love our Polish pottery. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do, excuse me for the noise guys, is I'm gonna open up my measuring spoon a little bit, and I'm gonna sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. And sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. We're gonna sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Okay, I'm sorry, Abby. All over top of the egg whites. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. Cinnamon is like one of my absolute favorite seasonings to work with. It reminds me of my mom's homemade pecan rolls at Christmas time. The cinnamon toast that I would make for myself when I was a kiddo. I love toast with cinnamon sugar.
I love toast.
You love toast? Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and take my cheesecake. I'm gonna put it in a 350-degree oven. I'm gonna bake it for 30 to 35 minutes.